Hi friends, welcome back to S'more Campfire Stories with Allie. I'm Allie and this is Scout, and we're so happy that you're here. Before we get started, I have something special for you. In the description below, you'll find a free extreme weather activity packet filled with printable book pages, fun learning activities, coloring pages, today's campfire craft, a word search, and even your very own official Weather Watcher certificate and badge. Be sure to ask a grown-up to help you download it after today's adventure. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever watched lightning flash across the sky? Have you ever heard thunder rumble? Or maybe you've seen strong winds blowing trees back and forth. God created an amazing world, and one of my favorite parts is watching all the different kinds of weather He made. Sometimes it's calm and beautiful, and sometimes it can be powerful and exciting. Today, Scout and I are going on an exciting new campfire exploration all about extreme weather. We're going to discover tornadoes, hurricanes, blizzards, floods, heat waves, and so much more. By the end of today's exploration, you'll know some amazing weather facts and you'll learn how to stay safe when storms come your way. So, grab a blanket, gather around the campfire, and let's begin today's campfire exploration. Before we begin, I want you to know that today I'll be sharing this story in my own words instead of reading every page exactly as it's written. That way, we can have fun talking, wondering, and exploring the story together. If you enjoy it, I hope you'll read the whole book with your family too. Now let's get started. Weather changes every single day. Sometimes it's sunny, rainy, or snowy. But every once in a while, the weather becomes much stronger than usual. That's called extreme weather. And today, we're going to learn about some of the amazing kinds of extreme weather we can experience on Earth. Wow, look at this picture. It shows so many different kinds of weather all at once. They don't all happen together in one place, but this gives us a sneak peek at everything we're going to explore today. Can you find the sunshine? Can you find the rainbow? Can you find the tornado? How about the hurricane? And can you find the snow? Scout asks, did you know that different kinds of weather can happen in different parts of the world at the very same time? Have you ever watched the weather forecast on TV? The people who study the weather are called meteorologists. Their job is to watch the weather and help warn us before dangerous storms arrive, so families have time to get ready and stay safe. Wow! Look at all the tools the meteorologist uses. Can you find the weather map? How about the satellite? The radar? And the weather balloon? Those tools help scientists see what's happening high up in the sky. Scout asks, if you could be a weather scientist for one day, which tool would you want to use? Have you ever heard a loud boom of thunder or seen a bright flash of lightning? That's called a thunderstorm. Thunderstorms are one of the most common kinds of extreme weather. They can bring heavy rain, strong winds, lightning, and thunder. Some thunderstorms only last a little while, but others can grow into very powerful storms. Look at this picture. Can you find the lightning in the sky? Can you see the family going inside to stay safe? That's exactly what we should do when there's lightning outside. Scout says, did you know that if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning? and that's why it's always safest to go inside a building or a car when a thunderstorm is nearby. Now, let's discover another amazing kind of extreme weather. Have you ever seen a bright flash of lightning and then heard a big boom? That's because lightning comes first and thunder comes second. Lightning is a giant spark of electricity in the sky. It gets so hot that it makes the air expand really fast, and that makes the loud sound we call thunder. Look at this picture. Can you find the lightning outside the window? Doesn't Scout look nice and safe inside? That's the best place to be during a thunderstorm. Scout says, have you ever counted the seconds between the flash of lightning and the sound of thunder? Now let's see what other amazing weather we can discover next. Have you ever seen a picture of a tornado? A tornado is a fast-spinning column of air that stretches from a thunderstorm down to the ground. Some tornadoes are small and only last a few minutes, while others can become very large and travel for many miles. Wow, look at this picture. Can you see the tornado touching the ground? Look at how the family's staying inside their safe place with their emergency supplies. That's exactly what we should do if there's a tornado warning. Scout says, did you know that the fastest tornadoes can have winds of more than 300 miles per hour? That's faster than most race cars. Now, let's explore another kind of extreme weather. Have you ever heard someone say, a hurricane is coming? A hurricane is a giant spinning storm that forms over warm ocean water. As it moves across the ocean, it can grow bigger and stronger. Hurricanes can bring heavy rain, strong winds, flooding, and huge ocean waves. Look at this picture. Can you find the eye of the hurricane on the TV? It looks calm in the middle, but the strongest winds are all around it. I also see this family getting their emergency supplies ready. Can you spot the flashlight, first aid kit, water, and food? Scout asks, if your family was getting ready for a hurricane, what is one thing you would pack in your emergency kit? Now, let's discover another amazing kind of extreme weather. Sometimes it rains so much that the ground, rivers, and lakes can't hold all the water. When water covers places that are normally dry, it's called a flood. Floods can happen very quickly, and even water that doesn't look very deep can be very dangerous. Look at this picture. Can you see the road is covered with water? Look at the roadblock and the sign that says, "Turn around, don't drown." The emergency workers are helping keep everyone safe by stopping cars from driving into the floodwater. Scout asks, did you know that just 6 inches of moving water can knock a person off their feet? And 1 foot of water can carry away a car? Remember, if you ever see a flooded road, never walk or drive through it. Turn around and let the grown-ups find a safe way to go. Now, let's explore another amazing kind of extreme weather. A blizzard is much more than just a snowstorm. Blizzards bring heavy snow, strong winds, and blowing snow that can make it very hard to see. Sometimes the snow blows so much that people can barely see across the street. Look at this picture. Can you see all the snow blowing outside the window? It looks cold out there. But look how cozy Scout and his friends are inside with their warm drinks, waiting safely for the storm to pass. Scout asks, if you were staying cozy during a blizzard, what would you like to drink? Hot chocolate? Warm apple cider? Or something else? Now, let's discover another kind of extreme weather. A heat wave happens when the weather stays very hot for several days in a row. When it's that hot, people, pets, and even plants can become stressed. That's why it's important to drink plenty of water, rest in the shade, and take breaks from the hot sun. Look at this picture. Can you see Scout wearing his sun hat? I also see the children drinking water and sitting in the shade. Those are great ways to stay cool. Can you find the sign that points to the cooling center? Scout asks, did you know that your body needs more water when it's very hot outside because you sweat to help keep yourself cool? Now, let's discover another kind of extreme weather. Have you ever heard something tapping on your roof during a storm? Sometimes, instead of raindrops, little balls of ice fall from the sky. Those icy balls are called hail. Hail forms high up inside powerful thunderstorms where tiny drops of water freeze into layers of ice. Look at this picture. Can you see the hailstones bouncing off the ground? Look at the display on the table. Some hailstones are as tiny as peas, while others can grow as big as baseballs. Whew! Which one surprises you the most? Scout says, did you know that hail can fall so fast that it can dent cars, break windows, and damage roofs? That's why it's always safest to stay inside during a hailstorm. Now, let's discover another amazing kind of extreme weather. Have you ever seen trees covered in shiny ice? It may look beautiful, but an ice storm can be very dangerous. Ice storms happen when rain freezes as soon as it touches the ground. And that keeps a slippery layer of ice on roads, sidewalks, trees, and power lines. Look at this picture. Can you see the shiny ice covering the trees? Look at the trucks spreading salt on the road to help keep people safe. Can you find the worker clearing the icy road? Scout asks, did you know that heavy ice can make tree branches break and even cause power outages by bringing power lines down? Now, let's discover another amazing kind of extreme weather. A wildfire is a fire that spreads through forests, grasslands, and other natural areas. Hot, dry weather and strong winds can make wildfires spread very quickly, and that's why firefighters work together to protect people, animals, and homes. Look at this picture. Can you find the fire truck, the helicopter, and the airplane helping fight the fire? I also see animals moving away to find a safer place. The firefighters are all working together as a team. Scout asks, what are some ways we can help prevent wildfires when we're camping or spending time outside? Remember, we can all prevent wildfires by being careful with campfires, never playing with fire, and always letting grown-ups make sure fires are completely out before leaving. Now, let's discover another amazing kind of extreme weather. A drought happens when very little rain falls for a long time. Without enough rain, rivers can get lower. The ground can become dry and cracked, and plants and crops may not grow as well. That's why water is so important for people, animals, and plants. Look at this picture. Can you see the difference between the two sides? One side has very little rain. It's dry ground and brown plants. And the other side has plenty of rain. It's green grass and healthy crops. What
What differences can you find? Scout asks, what are some ways your family can help save water at home? No matter what kind of weather comes our way, the best thing we can do is to be prepared. Many families keep an emergency kit ready with things like water, flashlights, extra batteries, healthy snacks, blankets, and a first aid kit. And don't forget, a weather radio. Having a plan helps everyone stay calm and know what to do. Look at this picture. How many emergency supplies can you find? I see water bottles, a flashlight, a first aid kit, blankets, batteries, snacks, and a weather radio. Can you find them all? Scout asks, did you know that practicing your family's emergency plan before a storm can help everyone stay calmer because they already know what to do? Remember, being prepared doesn't mean we should be scared. It means we're ready to help keep ourselves and our families safe. Now, let's see what we learned about extreme weather. Isn't it amazing that our world has so many different kinds of weather? Some places are warm almost all year long, while others have lots of snow. Some places are very dry, and others get lots of rain. No matter where we live, learning about weather helps us stay safe and appreciate what an incredible planet we call home. Look at this picture. Can you find the beach, the snowy mountains, the rainy forest, and the dry desert? They all have different kinds of weather. Which place would you most like to visit someday? Scout asks, which kind of weather do you enjoy the most, and why? Our world is full of amazing places and incredible weather. Let's keep learning, exploring, and taking good care of the wonderful world we share together.
Wow, we learned so many amazing things today. We discovered that weather comes in many different forms. Some weather is calm and peaceful, while other weather can be very powerful. Most importantly, we learned that understanding weather helps us stay safe and prepared whenever storms come our way. The moral of today's story: the more we learn about weather, the better prepared we can be to stay safe while appreciating God's amazing creation. The things we learn today can help us make smart choices tomorrow. Let's talk about it. Here are a few questions to think about together. You can even pause the video if you like. Which kind of weather surprised you the most? Which weather event would you like to learn more about? What are some things your family can do to stay safe during a storm? What is your favorite kind of weather and why? There are no right or wrong answers. We'd love for you to talk about them together as a family. Scout's special question. Scout wants to know, God gave us amazing minds to learn new things. What's one thing you learned today that can help keep you or someone else safe? That's a wonderful question, Scout. I learned that knowing what different kinds of weather can do helps us make smart choices. Whether it's watching the forecast, listening to trusted grown-ups during a storm, or having a family safety plan. Every little thing we learn today can help keep us safe tomorrow. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If a grown-up is helping you, ask them to leave your favorite answer or part of the story in the comments below. I really enjoyed thinking about those questions with you today. Now it's
Campfire Craft Time!
Today, I want to show you my tornado in a water bottle. Look at it go! So cool. Isn't it neat? If you'd like to make one at home, here's how I did it. First, I filled one clear plastic bottle about 3/4 full of water. Next, I added the hurricane connector to the full bottle of water by screwing it on. Then I placed an empty bottle upside down on the top bottle and screwed it on to the tornado connector. Last, I flipped the bottles over and gave them a big swirl, about 5 different swirls. Watch what happens. The spinning water creates a tiny vortex that looks like a real tornado. Isn't that amazing? Remember, this is a safe science experiment. Real tornadoes can be very dangerous. So if there's ever a tornado warning where you live, always listen to a trusted grown-up and go somewhere safe. Have fun making your tornado bottle, and remember, the best crafts are the ones we make together. Don't forget to download your free extreme weather packet, and inside you'll find all kinds of fun activities, including printable book pages, coloring pages, fun learning activities, a word search, and your very own official Weather Watcher certificate and badge. If you enjoyed today's campfire exploration, I'd love for you to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another adventure around the campfire. And don't forget to share today's video with a friend or family member who loves learning about God's amazing world. Before we say goodbye, I have something exciting to tell you. Next Saturday, Scout and I will be sharing a very special story about a little girl who feels different from everyone else. She wonders if anyone will ever see just how special she really is. Together, we'll discover that the things that make us unique are often the very things that make us shine. I have a feeling this story is going to warm your heart, and I hope you'll come back next Saturday to discover what happens. Thank you so much for joining Scout and me today. Remember, every great adventure begins with turning the very first page. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep being kind. We'll see you soon, friends.